The Museum of Fine Arts Houston is a treasure house of precious objects representing 5,000 years of human creativity. We hold this art in trust for all the people. Preservation, conservation, exhibition, and documentation are our primary responsibilities. Through permanent installations, special exhibitions, educational programs, scholarly research, and publications, the museum staff interprets the collections for our visitors, our community, and the world beyond. Education, in its broadest sense, has always been at the heart of our mission. The museum's trustees and staff are currently planning an ambitious expansion project to address future needs for the presentation of our collections, exhibitions, and community programs. The centerpiece of the expansion is a new building for our important, but largely unseen, collection of modern and contemporary art. Some 65% of our collections are 20th century, yet very little can currently be displayed. In addition, a new building for the Glassell School of Art is planned, as well as a state-of-the-art center for art conservation. As the largest cultural institution in the center of the country, the museum has deep permanent collections, world-class temporary exhibitions, and long-standing partnerships throughout the community. Our extraordinary programs allow us to focus on ways to expand audience engagement within a 21st century context. Combining the presentation of art exhibitions with digital learning tools and new media, our museum seeks to respond to the interests and desires of Houston's diverse and vibrant community. We are one of the most ambitious art museums in the world, made possible by the extraordinary generosity of the community and the response of our audience. The staff constantly refines and designs innovative programs that encourage children, students, adults, families, and teachers to engage with the museum and its art, to utilize its resources to enhance both social and academic education, and to bring the arts to special needs and underserved populations at local schools, community centers, and hospitals. When measuring our effectiveness, we look to the large number of member households and the high number of repeat visits as indicators that are particularly relevant to Houston, which is not yet known as a destination for cultural tourism. Beyond Houston, we place great value on our international reputation, which is bolstered by official relationships with important collectors and institutions around the globe. And an increasingly critical measure of our success is the development of new audiences, which is tracked in a variety of ways, including audience surveys and analyses and monitoring levels of participation in the museum's on-site and off-site programming. The museum is home to an extraordinary collection of modern and contemporary art, which is not currently on view. It includes one of the most important collections of 20th century photography anywhere in the world. And our initiative in the acquisition and study of Latin American art has made us an internationally known resource. These collections will be featured within a new building planned as part of our campus redevelopment. We have the oldest repertory cinema in Houston, presenting great films since 1939. We have one of the largest art libraries in the Southwest, with more than 155,000 volumes devoted to the visual arts from ancient times to the present. The Museum of Fine Arts Houston has a tradition of bringing some of the world's greatest collections to the region. For example, from the Kremlin Museum in Moscow, the National Gallery in Washington, the Metropolitan Museum and the Museum of Modern Art in New York, and the Museo del Prado in Madrid. Our International Center for the Arts of the Americas is conducting groundbreaking research in 10 Latin American countries, the first project of its kind undertaken by a visual arts institution in the United States. We've also established the first comprehensive scientific program for the study of artworks in the southern United States, an initiative that will have a tremendous impact on art historical knowledge, museum practice, including conservation treatment, collection care, and material analysis. We have worked hard to deepen our reach into the Houston community. As the demographics of Houston shift, so must our audience. In recent years, we've launched new initiatives for Latin American, Islamic, and Asian art to better represent the diverse cultural heritage of all Houstonians. As the internet makes the world smaller, it makes museums larger. So we've enlarged the scope of our collections, and we are focusing our efforts to fully engage a 21st century audience that expects to learn and connect using digital media. In collaboration with Stephen Hall Architects, the museum is developing a comprehensive plan that will complete and unite the campus. We will construct a new museum building intended for art after 1900, a new building for the Glassell School of Art, a center for conservation, and expanded visitor amenities such as new auditoriums, cafes, fine dining, and underground parking, as well as the integration of surrounding museum buildings with our public spaces. The museum's new facilities will enable us to fully realize our destiny as the vibrant cultural hub for creativity and discovery that Houston's founders envisioned. We see opportunity in our function as a teaching institution. Enrollment at the Glassell School of Art has never been higher, and we know that we can be integral in training the creative class of the future. The timing is right for the museum to work with area colleges and universities to foster fellowships and internship programs, with the goal being object-based studies, curatorial training, and museum career guidance for both undergraduate and graduate students. The museum staff has the expertise to guide, nurture, and mentor these students through focused experiences that will inspire a new generation of creative individuals.